Hey guys, the Super Review Show for another episode of Why You Should Listen To. This is the show where I break down albums or artists in general that have really low Spotify streaming numbers, and the music they have put out is just that good. You should definitely check these artists out no matter what. And here we are today talking about Burt Bacharach. Now you're probably saying to yourself, who is this guy? Who am I talking about? Who's the J-Man talking about today? Well, true story. Burt Bacharach is one of the best composers. He's still alive, too, if I'm not mistaken. Burt Bacharach is like 95 or 93. I forget, whatever. But he's been around the block a long time. He has composed some of the best songs for movies and film soundtracks and whatnot, and just or instrumental music in general. That is just really, 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 really great. Burt Bacharach, most people may not know this, but he wrote the song "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head," and for all my generation of people, that was in the most recently used in the movie Spider-Man 2 from 2004. The scene where Peter Parker's like, "Raindrops keep falling on my head." Don't sue me, YouTube. I'm just giving an example. But that movie was actually the second time it was used on screen, and it was actually that song in general is just perfect. It's a perfect song. But that song was first used in this album right here, in this movie, for Butch, Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. This movie it was the first number one hit in the decade of the 70s. The very first number one hit was "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head," and that song is on here, and it is him and Hal David. Burt Bacharach. Here's the back cover too. Let me show there's the back of the cover, and here's the front of the cover too. Burt Bacharach. It's the soundtrack from the movie. There's an instrumental version on here too. But Bacharach is one of the best instrumental composers of all time, in my opinion. The dude has been a phenomenal composer. And another true story too. My grandparents. This is back in like the 1960s, so just bear with me. But when they were really young, and they're just starting to have a family, like my dad, my aunt, whatever. They saw Burt Bacharach on Long Island in the early 60s, mid to late 60s, I forget when. But they saw Burt Bacharach live at a theater there, and they said it was because my grandmother was the one who kind of turned me on to him in a sense. Because like I love the song from Spider-Man 2, but then that kind of prompted me to go back and say, oh, it was also in Butch, Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. He also did other instrumental albums too, which I'm going to bring up another one right now called Burt Bacharach. Close. I believe this one's just called Burt Bacharach. But I don't. This is one album I have of his. This is him on the cover. I got this in Colorado when I was on vacation, and he is a masterful composer. I mean, there's songs in here like "One Less Bell to Answer," and it's some of the best. Or "Nikki," another one. "They Long to Be Close to You." These are all great instrumental tracks that really have just a lot of solid instrumental songs. So if you're looking for more songs or more pieces of music that have no words, you can put it on the background, you're doing your work, whatever, you're doing your work, like let's say you're in college, right? And you're trying to study for a test, check out Burt Bacharach. He just has instrumental pieces from whatever album it is. There's one other album he put out that I don't have on vinyl. It's a pain in the ass that I don't have this on vinyl. It really eats me up inside, truthfully. It's called "Reach Out." I don't have a picture of it or anything because again I don't have it on vinyl. But "Reach Out" is probably my favorite album he's ever done. It's just instrumental, and the way it's orchestrated and the way it's put together. Like there's a song in there, "What the World Needs Now Is Love." What the world needs now, I can't sing, is love, sweet love. That song is on a Burt Bacharach record. So he has done so much incredible music, and he's composed some of the best soundtracks and stuff like that. Like even in Spider-Man 2, 2004, guys, he made that song "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head." He was the guy who composed it, and it fit perfectly in that movie too. I mean, it also fit perfectly in the original film Butch, Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So. But why should you listen to Burt Bacharach? I would say, truthfully, Burt Bacharach is one of these artists. He's very old. Like I said, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's 93. Not many 93-year-olds are going to tour anymore. So if you have the opportunity to see him, I believe he's in the UK right now. He still tours to this day. He's a composer and whatnot. I would love to see him live at some point. We're in New York. I'm not telling you where, but we're in the New York area in the Super Review Show. And he actually was somewhere nearby. I think it was in 2013 or 2014 or maybe 2015. Several years back. And I was like, oh my God. And I look back and say, why the hell did I not go to that? Why did I not see him then? Because I'm such a fan. And maybe because I got older, I got a little wiser. I got different tastes and stuff. But he's a phenomenal composer. I believe he still tours and stuff. But his music is just, it's such good, calming, quiet music that is just really peaceful. And it's strings, orchestrations, piano pieces. He's a really wonderful composer, truthfully. And he's done some of the best film scores of all time, too. So he's still alive. I'm not sure if he's going to tour ever again because of COVID. But if he does, and if he comes locally, wouldn't it be something to see him? Because he is still alive. Like I said, I think he's 93. But he has composed some of the best film scores and stuff like that. And I wanted to shed some light on how awesome his orchestrations are. So if you're a fan of generic songs without words and stuff, like instrumentals and stuff like that, like some people go on YouTube listen to like a quiet autumn jazz or whatever, put on Burt Bacharach instead and see if you like him, because his music is really just quiet, peaceful music, and it's really, really. There might be some words, but not a lot. But it's really, really, really good stuff overall. And I highly recommend you check out Burt Bacharach. So that's why I think you should listen to Burt Bacharach, because the dude has had so much incredible music over the past 50, 60, 70 years. And he kind of got overlooked a little bit as time went on, because he still composes stuff. Not anymore, I think. When he started composing stuff in like the late 80s, he stopped, or 90s. I'm not too familiar with him to an extent, but I do know that if you listen to his music, it's really calm, it's really peaceful. And I think he's one of the best, truthfully. I think he's one of the best composers, like film composers just in general of all time. And I think that's why you should listen to Burt Bacharach. So what do you think? Are you a fan of anything from Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head to Reach Out? Or do you know who I'm talking about? Jump down in the comment section below. Please share your love and thoughts about him in the comment section below. And that's why I think you should listen to him. So just sound off in the comment section below. Share your thoughts on this video and share the video as well. But for all of your why you should listen to videos and many more, keep it locked on the Super Review Show. The J-Man is off to rock. We'll see you guys later.